Hi guys, El Shanko here and welcome to a brand new series on the channel. As I explained before, I lost basically everything with my laptop crashing, so thought I'd start a new series in the run up to FM 2017. We are AC Milan, and the reason I'm doing AC Milan is basically to try and build them up to being the heady heights that they had in the 1990s. Because if you look at this, you look at past winners, you'll see. Milan won it in 2010-11. That was a once-off, really. Again, 2003-4. But then you look down here, it's early 90s. They won 4 out of 5. Um, so 5 out of 8. So they were a big deal back then. Recently, it's fallen on hard times. Obviously, not winning in a while, but the thing is, they're still a big club in the world, so I would like to see them right back up and try and stop this Juventus stranglehold on the league. So what I've done so far, just to let you know, is I'm still on the first day. I haven't really done much at all because I was wanting to show you guys in the video what I kind of do. So I've just basically gone through the usual kind of transfer updates and personal messages and stuff like that. I've also set up a couple of friendlies um, against Diddy teams just to basically get fitness up. I thought that was quite good. I've sent scouts out to various assignments, various different things. Scouting Africa, the Caribbean, Scandinavia, that sort of thing, just to have a wee look, see what's out there. Now, the one thing I would bring into this right now, many of you won't have done this, or many of you don't do this from the ones I see on YouTube, is the first transfer window. I've actually said that I don't want to sign anyone, because the way I see it is, I've watched other people's videos, and to be honest, there's a lot of people that go hell for leather with it, and that's fine, that's great if that's what you want to do. Loads of signings. For instance, one of the guys that I follow on YouTube, StatApp, he's a brilliant guy, lovely, fantastic, love his series. However, he's got an Inter Milan series starting just now, and he's basically, I think he signed about 25 players and sold 25 or 30 players. That's not what I wanted to do. The way I wanted to do it was I wanted to start with this team, use what we've got, and then see, obviously, half a season to a season down the line where we need to plug and play. Because obviously we're looking to build a side here that's good enough for the future. However, we're also looking to get immediate impact. So with that in mind, all I've done is I've looked to the under 20s and under 18s, and all I've done at the moment is promote the guys that I think could be decent for the future into the first team squad. The reason I've done that is because I think that training with the first team, I just feel that makes it better for them. So they're in the first team, training at first team level, but I'm also going to allow them to play for under 18s and under 20s in their matches when they're not playing for, obviously, the first team. So without further ado, let's just have a wee look. Now, I've not done anything, I've not transfer listed anyone, I've not gone in to offer contracts, I've not done set up the training or anything, because I thought I'd show you that in this video, to show you the kind of things that I think about when creating a squad in Football Manager, because quite often this is the bit where people get lost, because you look at these videos on YouTube and quite a lot of them just say, oh well, that's it done. I skipped it and that's it done. So I just want to show you guys my thought process behind it, and hopefully you'll appreciate that. So moving into the squad, you'll see it's a huge squad because I've promoted a lot of the youngsters. Basically everyone that I thought was great. You'll look at them and say, what, why do you pick some people? This guy, Luca Godoni, 15. He's only rated 2 stars by the assistant. Now, to be honest, I don't really go with that as much. There's some players that obviously you can see will be superstars, and so I'll promote them and try and work them up as well. But there's also these guys at 1 star potential who you just look, say Michel Spinelli here. When you look, and I think that he's got a lot of attributes there that need improving. Yes, granted. However, he's got some upside as well. For a centre back, great marking, great tackling for a 17-year-old anyway. Good positional sense. He's a team player, and I actually like that he's got 10 strength, and that's okay for a guy who, you know, he just looks like an all-round player. I mean, he's only 6 foot. Well, I say only 6 foot. He's a couple of inches taller than me, but hey, for a guy who's only 6 foot for a centre half, he's got decent strength. And I just think that there's a possibility there. I'm not saying that all these guys will play. I'm not saying that they'll all be superstars. I'm saying that they're decent, and I'd like to see them progress as much as possible. So I've left, quite a few players in here. Now you'll notice, that I've left some players with up to 3 stars potential, up to 4 stars potential, nearly up to 5 stars potential. But I just think that some of these players won't quite make it. Same with under 20s, under 18. Sorry, I mean there's a guy, 1.5 stars, well 1 star with another star on top. I've just looked at these players and I've thought, nah, I'm not really that impressed, I have to say. So what I'm going to do now is just take you through the first team squad that we've got, and I'm going to show you the kind of things that I like to do with players of that level. This video might be a bit longer than all the rest of them, but it's just really to show you what we're doing. So first of all, Cristiano Abbiati, decent goalkeeper. He won't be our starting goalkeeper. I'll show you that in a minute, because I think we've got a goalkeeper. Well, I mean, you'll all know him if you've played the game, but I think Milan have got a goalkeeper who will last 20, 25 seasons easy. So what I'm going to do is just set up the training. So set up from goalkeeper with. Oh, he's not wanting that at all. Okay, so we'll just leave that, and we'll say tutoring. Now his determination's 14, and he's got good skills in here. So what I'm looking to do is say, see, he's only determination 4. Determination seems to be a huge thing in this. Now, this is where I get confused. Now, I think, and maybe someone in the comments will tell me whether I'm right or wrong on this. I think that if you choose the top option here, he not only trains them in determination, which seems to be a major factor in tutoring, but also trains his skills and the preferred moves. Now, I think so. If you've got a goalkeeper who's 20 determination, but no skills at all, and attributes are dreadful, not a good influence, that kind of thing. Well, a good influence, but not not a world beater. So if you chose the second option there, that would be the best for him, because you're just saying mentor him off the pitch, increases mental attributes. That's great. But I think this top one here is more about the game, his technical abilities, his goalkeeping abilities, that kind of thing. And I think that's where someone like Abbiati could help as well, because this is a more all-round sort of training option, whereas I think this is just all about the mental side of the game. Now, feel free if anyone's got any comments on that, leave them in the down below. Be more than happy to hear from you. And maybe we could discuss that. But that's the way I feel that it is. So I'll say that he can learn from Abbiati, because Abbiati's got good skills. Diego Lopez, and I think he's the starting goalkeeper in real life for Milan. Again, he's good. He's good, don't get me wrong, but we're building up to the main man here. And I think, again, this guy's just going to be a tutor for the younger goalkeeper. Yeah, that's kind of giving it away, really. Yeah, I think that he's got good potential, and I think Diego Lopez will help him on his way. So, we'll go to Guillermo just now. Just train him, goalkeeper, and we'll train him on throwing. And this is another thing I like to do. See, weak and very strong. So for the young goalkeepers, I like to train them. Oh, he's getting tutored, so you can't get that. That's fine. But I like to train them if they're weak on one foot. and really strong on the other one, I'd say just don't play it on your weaker foot, because that stops in game. That stops them trying to go for kicks with their weaker foot, and the defenders then know that, and they will always put it to his stronger foot. Well, it won't come as a surprise to you who the number one goalkeeper for this series is going to be. Gianluigi Donnarumma. Donnarumma is a really talented goalkeeper in real life, and stuff. Quite a lot of people, from what I've been hearing in the Italian press, are saying that this guy is going to be the next Buffon. I know it says it in here as well, but I feel that he is going to be the next Buffon. He's got the potential. He's starting really early in his career. He's only 16 years old in the game at the moment. I think it was some 17 in real life as of recording this. But he's got great potential, and I feel that this guy could go a long, long way in the game, and I really hope it's with us. Now, the only thing I'll say is I'll look at his contract here. He's only on a youth contract. Now, this is where you can actually, other teams can pick him up. So I'm not wanting that. I'm wanting him to sign for us for as long as we can. And I'd like to see him sign on. See, this is where I don't mind, because we're Milan. We've got enough money to survive at the moment. I just want this guy to sign and basically be there for us for the rest of his career. So I'm quite happy with that, with doing that kind of thing. Again, we'll go back to this guy, see what his contract information is. Again, youth contract, so I'd like to get him signed up on a better deal. I do this with most of the kids, to be honest. Try and get them signed up with an extra clause in it, so that we can extend it when they get better. Philip Mexes, now this is a guy who's been around a while. When he was at Roma, he was excellent. I mean, Roma are my Italian sort of team that I follow, and he's excellent. To me, he's an all-round professional player, and I think that he could be potentially a coach at this club in the future. I'd really like to see that. So we'll get him to tutor somebody. Now, this is what I like to do. Is I like to have a wee look and see who's about, what kind of stats they've got, what kind of areas they're looking at, and then you can choose which one suits him the best. To be honest, I mean, this guy's an all-rounder. I mean, this guy's physically much better than the other ones. Technically, he's okay. I would like, though, him to train Spinelli, so I think he could really help him along with his game. So that's good. So then Christian Maldini. Now, yes, he is the son of Paolo Maldini, and to be honest, that's the only reason that I've got him in this side right now. He's dreadful. Let's look at the stats. He's dreadful. However, you can't be Milan and not have this guy in your team just because of who his father was. It's a bit like Jordi Cruyff, Johan Cruyff. But to be fair, Christian Maldini, I mean, Paolo Maldini was the biggest AC Milan legend outside of Franco Baresi, and they played in the same team. So I'm looking to develop this guy just simply for his father. I want to see him develop into a great wing back in the future. Now, again, looking at his stats, he's not great, but with training, with tutoring, with the right everything, I think he could go far with us if given game time. So again, you can see where this series is going. I want the youth players to be playing. I want them to be part of this side, even if, like say, the Maldini, I mean, he's 1 star potential, 2 stars maximum. But with training, you never know. That could increase, decrease. So Malberti's the next one. Now, this guy I thought looks a real talent. He's got good mentals, good physicals, and some good technicals as well. Obviously, he's got areas of his game he needs to work on, But as for a fullback, I feel that he's got a lot of talent. So again, just going to go in, get him tackling first and foremost. Get him a tutor who's going to bring out the best in him. So we'll see Alex. Now he used to play for Chelsea, and he's an all-round beast basically. So we'll get him to tutor him, improve his game. Let's go. Right. So again, we're just going to go through the whole team, going through this and just basically showing you the players that we're going to be starting the season with. Now, there's a lot of them, but at the end of the day, they are pretty damn important going forward. Just getting the reason I'm doing this, I'm getting this out of the way straight away, so that all videos in the future are just kind of quick and snappy, because we know. We'll know the players, and we'll be able to say, right, okay, that guy can fit into that situation. See, look at Antonelli, he's another good player that I'd like to see training up our kids. So, yeah, so that's that one. Romagnoli, I think I'll go with that. Now this guy's a wonder kid in the game, and boy, does he look it. He's going to be a starting centre defender for me. As far as I'm concerned, he's starting centre defender for a long time. I'm going to try and get him ball playing defender, because I think with training on these stats, I think he could become one of the greatest defenders of all time. I really do, and I'd like to see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to request a move for him, and I think it's just going to be what do I want? Passing one. Let's see. And they don't like that. That's fine. And I normally just try these things just to see if the staff would have them doing it, and if they don't, then I just leave it. So Alex, again, just sorting out the training here, because I know it takes time to do this, but it's so important. They all seem to be saying they don't get enough coaching attention and fitness training, which normally means you need a proper fitness coach. So I'll be having a look at that as well. So Paletta, is he away on loan? On loan at Atalanta, yeah, that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll move him under 20s just now to get him out of the sort of firing line. So Zapata, again, another decent player, Colombian internationalist. Probably would be one of our starting centre backs, if it wasn't for the fact that we've got Romagnoli and Mexesh and etc. So this guy will be, as far as I can see, squad rotation for us. Good player again. I feel he's got a lot to offer. And again, now let's have a look. Yeah, I'll do Curto. See how he gets on training with him. That'll be fine. Now we're going to Rodrigo Eli. Now this guy looks, for a 21-year-old, he looks decent. I mean, he's got a lot of good stats. And he's got a lot of upside. In my opinion, he's one of the most underrated players in the team. Just in my opinion. I think he's got a lot to offer. And I feel that we could train him up. Okay, that's fine. So I feel we could train him up into being something that could be really, really special. I mean, look at those physicals. I mean, for a 21-year-old to have those physicals, he's not, under 13 on any of them. I mean, that's incredible. He is the equivalent of a physical beast on this game, and I like it. So Ivan DeSantis, again, decent defender. I don't want limited, because limited, I mean, from what I've got from this game so far, when you're training them on limited defender, they get really good at those few things quicker than they would do on this central defender. I mean, because you look at central defender, you're training heading, marking, tackling, a load of mentals. and the 3 physicals. Whereas I think the limited defender, you're only training maybe 3 here, 2 here, and 1 there, or something along those lines. So it'll improve greatly on those ones, but less on the sort of mental side of the game. I just don't like that. I just think they need to be trained on a lot of things so they improve as players as a whole. That's just the way I do it. So again, jumping reach. I hate this bloody scroll bar thing. Right, so again, this guy looks okay. Michel Spinelli looks okay for the future. He's only 17, good prospect. He'll be in the round squad. Ayudika, I think we'll go with that. Marco, there we go. That's fine. Again, another centre back. You might be saying that we've got an abundance of centre backs, but that's fine. I'm quite happy to have an abundance of centre backs just now, because I'd rather have a lot of young centre backs, a lot of young talent in there, and see where we get to. And Curto here, we've clicked on him a couple of times when we're looking at tutoring. So again, I'm looking to train them up. These guys will be bit part for the first season, in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm going to play them all, but they will be bit part for this team at the start, and we'll see. So now we're into midfield. Box to box midfield, I think, is a really crucial role because it trains up so much of the physicals, the mentals, and a few technical abilities as well. I think that setting a player to that is like creating a mini James Milner, a mini Steven Gerrard type thing, because they really do increase in the physicals. And when you're that young, that's when you increase the physicals. You don't increase them when you go to 24, 25, 26, because by then their bodies are already developed. They're already, that's them, really. And that's why I feel that in getting the youngsters in, getting them trained early on that kind of thing is well worthwhile. Now, Abate is the standard, I suppose you'd say, right back for Milan. Nothing really special to say about him. He's a good player, fast, very fast. He'll be debating the right back slot, I suppose, with Desciglio, who might also play at left back, depending on how we decide to play it, because I've not actually worked out a tactic for this yet. I just sort of stuck it in and decided to have a wee look at the team as a whole. So again, just trying to build up a side. This guy's really, really good. He's the guy that everyone seems to rave about. So again, good physicals, great mentals. Look at those mentals for a guy at 22-year-old. Amazing, and good technicals as well. So now we go into another youngster who I don't know. The game rates this guy so much. However, I feel that he's not as good as some of the other players. The game rates him very highly. I'm putting him in here just to try and see how he does. Give him a few games, see if we can improve his game. But 18 years old. I expect them to be a bit better for the hype that's going around about him. I just don't know. Maybe it's the tackling of 8 that I just don't like in a 18-year-old. I think at 18, I used to play defence fullback myself at a very, very early age, and if I only got 8 out of 20 tackling, if I only won 8 out of every 20 tackles, I'd be pretty disappointed. So, for a professional footballer to have that, I just don't know. Again, just another youngster. As I said, we're putting these guys in here just to be able to really see what we can do with them going forward. As in, most of them are just guys who I've put in from the youth team who are basically not great, but I think have got potential to be part of the squad. So that's why they're in there. Again, I feel that he's already tutoring someone. That's fine. I just feel that these guys could use something, and I think training them with the first team players helps them greatly. This guy, I think, all round could be decent in the future. I mean, he's got good passing, good technique, good off the ball, great first touch. I mean, this is the kind of attributes that I look for in players. Now, what I'm going to do is put him as a winger on the left. Because I feel like if he can improve in his pace and acceleration as well, that could really be good. Because we can get a flying winger going down that wing. I mean, Ricardo Montevideo, Montolivio, yeah, I'll go with that. He's a great player. I think he played for Fiorentina at one point. Yeah, he did, yeah, for a few years. He's a good player. He's getting on a bit now, 30-year-old, so he won't be around and about our team forever. But I feel like he's got a lot to offer. He doesn't like leadership at all. Okay, that's fine. But what we'll do is he can be a tutor for one of the younger lads. Now, there's this Bolivian guy who looks okay. Or there's Zikov. Or there's Busanka. You know what? I think I'm going to actually go for this Bolivian guy. See what he can do. So, I mean, that's the type of things that I like doing, is bringing on the youngsters, seeing how they develop, and obviously, I mean, look at this guy. I mean, Nocerino, for mentally, he's so strong. That's why I think he's going to make a great player for this side moving forward. But ball winning midfielder, and I feel like tutoring wise, he could really help out. And we've seen those two already. So what's this guy? Again, he's decent, but not great. I'd rather him, work with 16-year-olds and build up them to be really sharp by the time we hit 18, 19, 20. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. So again, with this, all we're doing really is checking out, see what kind of additional focuses and roles that we're training these guys for. I've not really thought up a plan yet for how we're going to play this. All I know is that we have to play attacking, because that's what the board have said. And to be honest, you don't mess with Mr. Berlusconi. That's the one thing you do not do, is mess with Berlusconi. I've just done him. I think he's a hard taskmaster, but I think again we could potentially get something really good out of it. I've got an idea for a formation, but again, we'll need to see how that works. Okay, so he's not on that. There we go. I've just got an idea in my head of a formation that might work, but then again, I'll need to see if the players that we've got fit into that formation. So I'll do that offline and really see where we're at with that. So I mean, Kevin Prince Boateng, obviously former Spurs, I think. Yeah, really good player, really good talent. Brother, obviously, to Jerome Boateng, because it's he's Ghanaian and Jerome's German. So I mean, go and figure that one out. So looking at this, I mean, yeah, this is that young Moroccan guy that I think could do decently. But I'm going to go for Benesca. Just because I think the younger the sort of talents that we can harness at this stage, the better. Talking of Benesca, Busanka even. I'll get these names right eventually, guys. Bloom's a winger. Crossing, that's fine. So we're getting there. We're now at midfield left. So this guy, Locatelli. Now, he looks pretty good to me. Um, Lacking a bit in the stamina, but again at 17, you know, he's going to need to improve that greatly in order to get in this first team squad, which is fine. So Giacomo Bonaventura, um, all round good player. I can't fault this guy. I really can't fault him. I mean, he's got such good stats, and I feel that if we were going to train him to do something that's, I suppose, inside forward, that's his kind of role. I would like to see him there though, because that would fit more into the system that I'm thinking about playing. So we'll see how that goes. Advanced playmaker. So we'll see. Now, Juraj Kuka seems to be a very physical player. He's 28 years old, Slovakian, decent all rounder, I feel, and another one who, well, he might not be first team choice, will be decent in the future, and someone that can also. I had to sign this. I had to bring this guy up. Not that I think he's going to be great or anything, but just for the fact that his name's Di Piano. You know, I mean, I can imagine the great kind of punch you can get out of this guy. You know, it's going to be great. You know, he's a key player. You know, he orchestrates the midfield. You know, you can come up with so many of them. That's why I picked him to join the first team squad, just on that basis. And that'll show you that I'm not picking players just on what the game says is good, what the coaches say are good. I'm picking players that I think are going to be good and players that I think could be a bit of fun to have around the side. So Andrea Poli, now in one of my offline saves with Liverpool, I got this guy on a loan deal for the season. He only played about 4 or 5 games for me, but he was average at best. But I think as well, I mean, that was a good Liverpool side I had in my offline save. So he didn't really fit into the system that I was playing. So maybe that was my fault. But we'll keep him in mind anyway for the first team. So again, just going through these guys, just looking at the skills they've got, the skill set they've got, positions they want to play in, and saying what would you be best at. I think this guy needs to improve his finishing badly because he's hopeless. But I think the rest of his stats could improve as well, just playing it on the Shadow Striker. I don't think we're going to play a Shadow Striker in our system at the moment, but I think those stats need to improve for him as a player. Now here you get into this guy. All this guy's got is sheer pace. I don't think he's got much else, to be honest. I mean, his crossing's poor. Dribbling's good, but his crossing's poor. Uamadi. Now again, I mean, you look at this, all round this guy, you can't argue. I mean, he's a great player, all rounder. Maybe not absolutely perfect, but again, another good solid player who I feel could improve with playing more often. So Zikov. Again, just looking at these guys, I mean, there's a lot of players here, but again, they are, what we're looking at is looking at improving them. In fact, I don't want a deep line playmaker, I don't want an advanced playmaker, thank you. We're looking at improving these guys and then building it, because that's the point in this first season. This first season isn't about winning things. It's not about winning things at all. It's about seeing what squad we've got, seeing the potential we've got at the sort of latter part of the season, and then deciding what players to let go, what players to keep, and then working out where we move on from there. So now this guy isn't rated highly by the staff at all, but I rate him. I think he's got good things I look for: flair, technique, first touch, teamwork, work rate, and obviously a bit of pace about him as well. I think a good winger, and for 15 years old, I really think this guy could be the number one winger for us in the future. I think Honda could be a great influence on his game. He could help him because Honda's got great stats. He's a good all-round player. I think again, I'm going to be looking at these contracts offline as well of these youngsters, try and get them all signed up, and we'll see how it goes. But I just want to show you the players that we're. That's why this video is going to be a wee bit longer than normal. Is I just want to show you the players that we've got in the squad and what I'm planning on doing with them. So again, a winger. Crossing's awful though for a winger. I know he's young. He's only 17, but if you're a winger, your crossing's better than 6, even at 17. Come on, seriously. So we've got Menez and Niang and Bai, who are both injured at the moment, so I'll just leave them just now. Suso's out on loan. Former Liverpool player, of course. He's out on loan at Genoa. And Stefan Shawawi is on loan at Roma. So again, 2 players that I think I'll just move them to under 20s just now to get rid of them from our sort of lineup. Keisuke Honda, again, we've discussed him before. Top talent, really top talent. And I think he'll fit into the side perfectly. I just feel like with a little bit extra, he could. I know he's 29 years old, so he's not really going to improve much at all. But at the same time, I just feel that he's going to be around the side for the next 2 or 3 years anyway. This guy's not got a face, which is unusual for the face pack I've got, because the face pack I've got seems to have near enough every player in it. So for a guy not to have one, he must be really in their youth team, in the dregs of the youth team. But again, looks okay. I've just got a feeling that some of these stats that he's got could see him through. But again, not highly rated by the scouts, by the coaches. But I'm wanting to give these guys a go. I'm not wanting to say, oh no, you're not getting the game because the scout says so. Wide target man, that's the first time I've seen that. That is the first time I've ever seen a wide target man in this game. That's interesting. Don't even know what the wide target man role does. To be honest, I don't. I've never actually seen that before in this game. I've been playing this game non-stop for, since it came out. That is ridiculous. That's the first time I've seen that. It's interesting. Okay, so we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're nearly there. Was he there? I just saw. Yeah, he was. That's fine. So, Cosimo Lefara, again, not great, not really highly rated by the scouts, the coaches, but I feel like he's got something about him. I don't know what it is. When I looked through his stats before, I thought this guy's terrible. And then I looked a bit deeper, and I thought, well, he's got good pace, acceleration, decent off the ball, decent technique. He's worth a try, which is why I promoted him into the side. So, Luca Vido, average again. Nothing special. He's 18, so by now I'd expect him to be just about ready to be coming on the fringes of the side. Because I'm a very hard taskmaster when it comes to that. If you're a youth player and you're 18, you need to be pretty damn okay. Because otherwise, nah. Torres is obviously on loan at Atletico Madrid. Again, another one who I'll just demote to the youth team just now, just to get him out of the way. Luis Adriano, again, this guy I'm sure used to play for Shakhtar Donetsk. Really good all-round player, great pace about him, great physical player, good at heading as well. So good at jumping and heading. Don't know what height he is. Let's see, 6 foot. So again, decent height about him. think he's got great potential, and he'll be certainly a starting striker, I would hope, for our team. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to play target man or not, though. But he's an all-round good player. In fact, he's good to get complete forward. I'd say complete forward would be more suited to our team. So now, what do you say about this guy? Mario Balotelli. One of the biggest underachievers that I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, when he was coming through at Inter, you know, when he was younger, he really was, you know, he had an attitude. We all knew he had an attitude, but he had something about him that you just said, this guy's going to be something special. And did he do anything? No, he didn't. He wrecked. I mean, he's made a very good living out of his. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's probably making every week more than I would make in 5 years. But it's not all about that, contrary to popular belief. It's about, you know, how good a talent you are. You know, and I think he's a good talent, but he's wasted it so much, you know, with camouflage cars and all this kind of stuff. You know, nonsense. Utter nonsense, just trying to show him to be someone he's not. He was a good talent, but wasted it. Attitude sucks. That's one thing I would like to try and break out of him, but I don't think I will. I mean, many managers have tried and failed. I don't think he'd be a good influence on any of the youngsters either. So, again, we're just coming near the end of the side now, so just looking at a few young strikers with good potential, I think could possibly grace the first team squad at some point, if not in the near future, in the in another couple of years anyway. I'd like to see more players coming in, making an impact, because I mean, I'm going to give them all a game. I think that's the one thing I'm going to do this season, is I'm going to try and give every single one of these players at least one game to try and show them that I'm a willing manager. You know, I'm willing to play them. I'm willing to give them. I mean, look at this guy. He's 15 years old, Cameroonian, decent pace, average mentals, but it's 15. You can't expect them to have good mentals. You know, of course they're going to be bravery one. And bravery one though, and that's a wuss. That is an absolute wuss. I mean, I think, you know, there's girls that play, you know, like, you know, girls that used to run away from the ball at rounders would have more than bravery one, for goodness sake. I have to train him out of that somehow. Let's see. If you can train on composure as well. Because composure only having one isn't good. And then obviously the main man, Carlos Bacca. Now, if you've watched a lot of series on YouTube, this guy gets rave ratings. And I think this guy can actually be the guy to help this guy along his way. It's Carlos Bacca's immense. I mean, look at that. I mean, what a talent. Now, so that basically concludes that. And what I'll do is I'll leave it here, guys, because the video's gone on quite a while anyway. And that's just really an introduction video showing you the squad, the players that we've got. I'm going to create a tactic offline now. I'll come back to you guys, show you the tactic, show you what I've done in terms of contracts, that sort of thing, because obviously there's going to be a few youngsters that I try and snap up on contracts, and hopefully we'll be able to move on from there and get the season started. I am not planning on showing any friendlies. Obviously got a lot of friendlies to go. First game I'd like to come back to is the Tim Cup third qualifying round, which I'm assuming we're in, judging by that, which seems a bit strange. Obviously no European competition this year for Milan, which isn't a bad thing, to be honest. We've not got any European games to worry about, so we can just concentrate on playing games against Sassuolo, Carpi, that kind of thing in the league, and getting a season under our belt. The board have said they don't care about the Tim Cup, so that might be a good opportunity to play some of the youngsters. Not all of them, just one or two. Just give them a game and see how they get on. But I'll leave it there, guys. And if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, if you just sort of happen to come across this video randomly. And I'll see you guys next time.